Good morning. I will be reporting today about the education in the 21st century world. A 21st century education is one that responds to the economical, technological, and societal shifts that are happening at an ever increasing pace. Is an education that sets children up to succeed in a world where more than half of the jobs they have over their careers don't even exist yet. Success looks different now than it did in the past. High achieving people are frequently choosing to opt of the traditional job market and create their own job. The 21st century education is about giving students the skill they need to succeed in this new world and helping them grow the confidence to practice those skills. With so much information readily available to them, 21st century skills focus more on making sense of that information, sharing and using it in smart ways. The Coalition of Partnership for 21st Century Learning has identified four skills for today, which are the creativity, critical thinking, communication, and collaboration. These four themes are not just understood as unit or even just subject, but as themes that should be overlaid across all curriculum mapping and strategic planning. They should be part of every lesson in the same way as literacy and numeracy. Creativity is about thinking through information and new ways in making new connections in coming up with an innovative solution for problems. Critical thinking is about analyzing information and critiquing claims. Communication is understanding things well enough to share them clearly with other people. Collaborative is about teamwork and collective genius of group that is more than the sum of its parts. There are other skills that are important also, which fall within these four areas. Entrepreneurship can be considered a skill of its own. Inquiry and problem solving are the key. We also have the emotional intelligence or the EQ as one of the most important keys to successful work and relationship. Education needs to be all about empowering students with the transferable skills that would hold up to the rapidly changing world, not prescribed content that has been chosen for its past relevance. 21st century education is also a digital technology. Digital integration is also a fundamental thorough 21st century education. It is not enough to simply add technology to existing teaching methods. Technology must be used strategically to benefit students are increasingly advanced users of technology even as they enter school for the first time. So this can often mean being open to the responsibilities presented other than attempting to teach and prescribe the use of certain programs. How do we define the 21st century learning? The term 21st century skill is generally used to refer to certain core competencies such as collaboration, digital literacy, critical thinking, and problem solving that advocates believe school need to teach to help students thrive in today's world. In a broad sense, however, the idea of what is learning in the 21st century should look like is open to interpretation and controversy. I have some professor Our professional states about the 21st century education and students. According to Keith Moore, Director, Bureau of Indian Education, Department of Interior, student is the 21st century learned in a global classroom, and it's not necessarily within four walls. They are more inclined to find information by accessing the internet through the cell phone and computers, or chatting with friends on a social network site. Similarly, many teachers are monitoring and using assignment via virtual classroom. According to Diane Ravitch, an education historian, the author of The Death and Life of the Great American School System, to be prepared for the 21st century, our children require the following skill and knowledge: an understanding of history, civics, geography, mathematics, and science, so they may comprehend unforeseen events and act wisely. The ability to speak, write, and read English, while mastery of the foreign language, engagement in arts, and enrich their lives, close encounter with the great literature, to gain insight into timeless dilemmas and the human condition, a love of learning so they continue to develop their minds when their formal schooling ends. Self discipline to pursue their goals to competition, ethical and moral character, the social skill to collaborate fruitfully with others, the ability to use technology wisely, the ability to make repair useful object for personal independence, and the ability to play a musical instrument for personal satisfaction. Let's tackle about the challenges faced by the teachers in the 21st century education. Students and parents expect much more in this digital era where holistic education is just not a trending term but a new norm. Here are some of the few challenges faced by the teacher in the 21st century education. First, the personalization. Teachers are now expected to be personalized. Their teaching methodologies are assessments depending on the learning styles of the students, laying foundation for student-centered learning. Various learning styles clubbed together with fixed periods of time can make personalization challenging. Second, making the right use of technology. Digitalization in classroom extends to more intrinsic adaptations such as flipped learning, mobile learning, AI-based decision-making, data management, e-learning, visual learning, animation, digital assessment, recording and keeping, and so on. Third, the classroom management. It is not easy to manage a student inside the classroom. It's often misunderstood to be as simple keeping the class in control. In reality, however, teachers are required to ensure that their students of different learning styles and behavior from getting distracted. Today's classroom management is more challenging than ever before. Students aren't just passive learners today because of all the technological advancement, and their focus is now number 4, the curriculum. The modern education demands dynamic curriculum that encompasses content, competencies, and essential skills aim all over the development of the student than mere academic scores. Teachers are required to create student-centric curriculum that doesn't just speak their learning interests and abilities, but also entails the critical, creative, and cognitive thinking, acting as base for lifelong skill development. The fifth is the global awareness. A teacher are expected to create global awareness in students, helping them understand environmental, social, cultural, political, and economic events in the world. Students must also familiarize with the various values such as tolerance, empathy, equality, justice, and inclusion. Teachers of the 21st century are undeniable, dealing with new challenges, but it's to be noted that they are now more accountable for a student's overall development, laying the foundation for a lifelong progress. As a student, 21st century education is more efficient and easy because of all the resources you can find by the use of technology. You can study every time you want. You just need to open your phone or laptops, and with the internet connection you can find and work for things you want to know and need. This is today. This is for today about the 21st century education.